Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is JLJ Fishing here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys everything you need for ice fishing under $800. This is a wide range. You don't even need all of these things, but this is going from a sonar all the way down to like an ice chisel, and then obviously a tent, but you also don't need a tent or electronics. But here's everything that I have under $800. So the first thing on this list is the cheapest, coming in around 24 bucks, and it is these. You do not need these. These are foam tiles. If you like to maybe fish in your socks or you just want your floor to be insulated on your ice tent, but these are not a necessity. But for like a 6-pack, it's 24 bucks on Amazon. So this is the cheapest thing on the list. And me personally, if you're spending long periods of time on the ice, I would definitely recommend these because your feet are going to start hurting in your boots. And it just makes it more warm in here because it makes the whole thing insulated and your heat stays in here. So this is the first thing on the list. 100% would recommend. Now, number 2 on the list, this is the second cheapest thing, coming in at about 20-ish bucks to 30 bucks, and this is the Plusino combo from Amazon. I think this is 26 inches rod, and obviously this is a necessity. You need a rod to ice fish. There's no doubt about it, unless you're using just tip-ups, but tip-ups are optional. I do not have these on the list because you don't need tip-ups to ice fish, and it's not something that a lot of people who jig ice fish with. So if you are planning on jigging for perch, walleye, whatever, you're going to need a rod. And this is a very good beginner rod because this rod is 26 inches. It's also very light, so it gives you a lot of action. I have 6-pound lines spooled on this rod, and it's also a very affordable rod. So there's no sponsor here. I just love this rod, and it was one of the first ones I purchased, and I've caught loads and loads of perch on this. So going to continue to use this, and I recommend you guys do the same. The next thing coming in on this list, which is also optional, you do not need it, but for ice safety, especially if you're going on thinner ice, like 4 to 6 inches, I would definitely recommend this. But it's going to be an ice chisel or an ice spud. This is the Redneck Chisel by Eskimo. I also put some grip tape on it, so when I'm spudding through the ice, it doesn't slip on my hands. I also put a rope on it to wrap around my hand when I'm spudding through, but this works really well. And this has saved me a lot of times from going through the ice. This can be the best tool when you're ice fishing on early ice or first ice because the lake is not going to be very even. So you're going to need an ice chisel to make sure you're not going to step in a soft spot and go through. This Redneck Ice Chisel by Eskimo is coming in around 45 to 60 bucks, depending on where you get it from. But I would 100% recommend you get one of these if you are going out on thin ice or if you're going on first ice. Now, coming in at number 4 on this list and coming in at the price of 55 to 65 bucks is a auger. This is just a hand auger. This is what I use. I don't use an electric auger just because they are very expensive. I also don't use a gas-powered auger just because the gas-powered augers are just very heavy, and I don't like carrying around gas like that, especially when I got all this propane stuff. But this is very light. It's probably about 20 pounds, not even. And this is the hand auger by Eskimo. 8 inches, that's all you really need. You could also get away with 6 inches. Also really depends on what you're fishing for. But this cuts through ice really well, and I would 100% recommend getting this Eskimo auger. This Eskimo auger also comes with a cover, so you don't scratch anything like your tent or anything when it's in your sled. This is definitely going to be your best friend when you're on the ice because obviously if you don't have an auger, you can't go ice fishing. So this is the most crucial thing to ice fishing. And now for number 5 on this list, we got the Mr. Buddy heater. This is a propane-fueled heater. You can use these small little propane tanks, or you can also get a connector, which connects this to a way bigger propane tank. That depends on how much time you're spending on the ice and how cold it is, because if it's really cold, you're going to want a lot of propane, because that heater is going to need to be bumping the whole time. This is about 75 to 80 bucks. I got this on a deal, so I got this for around 50 bucks. But on Amazon, if you go on there, it's about 75 bucks. I'll have all the links to these in the description, by the way, so you can find this in the description. A heater when you're on the ice is definitely going to be very important because even though you got a tent and it's insulated, you're still going to be cold, and especially if you're outside, these heaters can also help you too. They're not going to insulate the area, obviously, but you need to put your hands on it and stuff. This is a very crucial part to ice fishing. If you don't have one of these, your time is going to be very miserable, and you're probably going to be making a lot of trips back to the car to warm up. In my opinion, on this list, this is definitely a necessity. It doesn't have to be this exact type. They have smaller ones that screw onto the tiny propane tanks, but definitely a heater and that is very crucial to ice fishing. Now for one of the final things on the list, it's going to be this ice tent. Now this tent is not very big, but it's 5.5 feet by 5.5 feet. That should be perfect if you're fishing with 1 to 2 people. You don't need a lot of space, especially if you're not ice camping. This tent also, I'm 5'11", can easily stand up in it. I think it's about 6'5" tall, so I would definitely recommend this tent. And for the price, it's only $200. It's insulated, and for something like this, with the name brands, you're going to be spending way more money than just $200. This is by your choice. It's a Amazon brand, and this tent has served me very well these past 3 years. I have not had one issue with it, and for the price, you can't get any better. This tent has 2 doors. It has a window right there behind the camera, another window right here, and it also has 2 vents. So this tent is equipped with everything that you need inside it, and for the price, you really can't get any better. And now for the last thing on this list, and the most expensive thing on this list, coming in at around $300, is going to be the Garmin Striker 4 Ice Fishing Bundle. This bundle comes with everything you need for ice fishing, including the battery, the transducer, and the Garmin Striker 4. And it also comes with a carrying case that has multiple compartments in it for you to store your tackle and anything else you may need. This is not something that is required for ice fishing. This is just something that is a tool to help people find more fish under the water and also to see the depth that you're in. $300, that's a lot of money, I know, but this can be very crucial, especially if you're a beginner ice fishing, because it can be very tough locating these fish, and it's also very crucial to see the depth. The Garmin Striker Fish Finder comes with 4 modes: traditional, flasher, split frequency, and also data graphs. It also has a quick draw map so you can see the depth of the entire lake. Now that about sums up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. The links for everything will be below in the description, mainly on Amazon, because that is where I got most of this stuff from. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and also comment what types of videos you guys want to see next. I will be dropping some ice fishing videos soon. And also sorry for the 2 months without posting a video, but I will be back on track now that we got ice, so I'll be posting pretty frequently now. Make sure you all stay tuned for some more ice fishing videos. Now with all that said, that is my $800 budget for a complete setup for ice fishing. Now this isn't simulator mode. This is just showing you what it would look like when you see fish. These little humps right there are fish. This right here on the side shows the activity. You can also see your lure when you're jigging ice fishing. So this is perfect if you're a beginner. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.